a lot of affordable fragrances out there that both smell and perform fantastically. Sometimes though it can be a little hard to find them. Today I'm going to present to you a top 10 best budget men's fragrances list, and hopefully I will help you find some of those hidden fragrance gems out there. That's next on Nordic Fragrance. Hi, I'm Tommy and you are watching Nordic Fragrance. Welcome. The reason that I started this Nordic Fragrance review channel is to inform and help you guys, the viewers, to get the best smelling fragrances available at the lowest possible price. That's my goal and purpose of this entire channel. Today I pretty much boiled down the essence of this channel into a one top 10 list. The top 10 best budget men's fragrances list that will hopefully help you find some of those hidden fragrance gems out there that are really affordable and smells and performs fantastically as well. But as if that alone was not enough, I wanted to give you something extra, guys. I also wanted to bring you a list of fragrances that will be loved by the women smelling those fragrances on you guys. And in order to achieve that, I of course had to have a female opinion on this entire list. That's why this list is picked and rated entirely by my girlfriend, so that you guys can be sure that all of the fragrances on this list is fragrances that will be greatly appreciated by most women smelling them on you. I would like to take a little time to thank my girlfriend for being a good sport and helping me out with this list. She smelled a truly headache-inducing amount of fragrances in order to make this list happen. And she went through them all thoroughly to make this list as good and accurate as possible for you guys. So on behalf of myself and all my viewers, thank you from the bottom of our fragrance-loving hearts for helping making this list possible. Now a little quickly before we move into the list itself, I just want to go through the criteria for this list. None of the fragrances on this list was allowed to cost more than 40 euros or $50 for a 100 ml bottle. And for all of you around the world that have not yet recognized the superiority of the metric system, that is about 3.4 fluid ounces. Now, prices may vary around the world, I know, but I live in one of the more expensive countries in the entire world, Sweden, in Northern Europe. So chances are big that you guys will be able to find all of those fragrances for a significantly less amount of money than the max limit allowed in this list. I also want to point out that this list is entirely smell based. My girlfriend had to blind smell all of the fragrances and rate them according to which fragrance she thought smelled the best. That's about it. Let's dive right into the top 10 best budget men's fragrances list picked by my girlfriend. That's next.
10.
On the number 10 spot we have Entebah from Rasasi. This is a fresh, sophisticated and slightly playful scent. Imagine Creed's Silver Mountain Water, that's what this fragrance got in the base. And add some blackcurrant and sparkling champagne on top of that. And then you get a picture of what this fragrance smells like. And I would recommend it for those dressed up occasions. So, the beautiful, sophisticated, fresh and little playful fragrance that is Entebah is on our number 10 spot.
9.
Place number 9 is another Rasasi fragrance, and it's called Al Wissam Day. This is a fragrance that many describe as a clone of Creed's Silver Mountain Water. I disagree, however. I think that this is slightly different. I think it stands on its own. And this one certainly have one note in it that really stands out and shines. I thought I had smelled real bergamot before. It turns out I didn't. The bergamot in this one, it really pops out at you. It sparkles, it shines. It's really beautiful and it makes this fragrance a real delight and a crowd pleaser for sure. This is a very fresh and summery scent in general. I would go as far as to say that this is almost a perfect summer scent. And it's also in eau de parfum concentration, so it lasts you a pretty decent amount of time, even for being a freshie. And this summer I'm going to wear this perfume a lot. I would highly recommend this one if you're looking for a really delightful summer scent. It's affordable, it's eau de parfum concentration, and Rasasi are known for the high quality of their perfumes and their really affordable prices. On place number 9, Rasasi Al Wissam Day.
8.
In place number 8, we have Mont Blanc Individual. This is another elegant, classy and sophisticated scent. This scent smells very much like Creed's original Santal. It's sweet, sophisticated, elegant, and it lasts a long time and projects really well. It's a perfect scent for all those dressed up occasions where you really want to get noticed as well. This is the fragrance that I always wear when I want to feel a little more elegant or when I go to dressed up occasions. This is a very good and affordable fragrance, and it has gotten some hype over the last years. On place number 8, Individual by Mont Blanc.
7,
On 7th place we have Nautica Voyage. Now this might not be a hidden gem for too many of you. Many of you have already heard about this fragrance. Many people often describe this as the perfect summer scent. It really smells a lot like the ocean. Think of waves of salt water crashing onto the beach. That's the smell that this fragrance have. But it is on the list because it smells darn good, and it is very affordable, and it lasts a pretty long time for being a fresh scent as well. A well-deserved 7th place for Nautica Voyage.
6,
On 6th place we have the beautiful F Black by Salvatore Ferragamo. When I first smelled this fragrance, I thought to myself, wow, this is one of the best smelling fragrances I've ever smelled. And it still is. It's warm, inviting, and really pleasing to the senses. Many people say this smells a lot like La Nuit de l'Homme from Yves Saint Laurent, and I agree. But I think this smells even better. It got a little more touch of pepper in it, which gives it more of a character, and I think it smells even better than La Nuit de l'Homme. This is a pretty versatile fragrance. I wouldn't wear it in the warm summer heat because it's kind of sweet, but most other times of the year you can wear this and smell incredibly good. I would highly recommend you to at least try out F Black by Salvatore Ferragamo. It's a beautiful scent and it's on the 6th place of this list.
5,
Alright, moving into the top 5 then. And here we have CK1 Shock. This is an awesome tobacco scent. That's what you get from start to finish with this. A kind of sweet tobacco that is beautifully blended. It performs okay, nothing special about it, but it's a really nice smelling one. And this is one of the cheaper perfumes on this list. You can get it for a really affordable price. If you imagine yourself lighting up one of those really sweet Cuban cigars, good quality, premium quality cigars, that's the kind of scent you get from this. And it's manly, but yet inviting at the same time. I think it's a beautiful scent, and it's a well-deserved 5th place for CK1 Shock.
4,
On place number 4 we have Tres Nuits by Armaf. Armaf is a company that are known to make good copies of really expensive and well-known fragrances. And this is no exception. This is a really good clone of Creed's Green Irish Tweed. This is a beautiful summer scent. Imagine yourself walking on a flowery summer field. It smells really summery and really fresh, and it's well deserved the 4th place on this list. I must however say that I have some performance issues with this fragrance. On me, it doesn't last more than about 3 hours. I think that's a pretty weak even for a fresh scent, and you should be aware of that before buying this fragrance. It might perform a little badly. But the smell itself is great. It's a great summer scent, a really well blended clone of Green Irish Tweed from Creed. So on 4th place, Tres Nuits from Armaf.
3,
So we're moving into my girlfriend's very favorite best budget fragrances here. And on place number 3 we have a very beautiful fragrance in a very ugly bottle. I'm talking about Perfumes 360 Red. This is also a very fresh summery scent, and maybe you start to see a pattern here. My girlfriend apparently likes the fresh summery fragrances a lot. This smells a lot like Acqua di Gio, which was a very popular perfume back in the 90s, and still is, I must add. A real summery scent that might smell a little synthetic if you put your nose right down to it, but the scent bubble around you just smells magnificent. This is a very affordable crowd pleaser for sure, and it costs just a fraction of Acqua di Gio, but it still performs better and smells equally as good. Some say it smells even better than Acqua di Gio. So if you want a truly beautiful summer scent that performs well and smells great, then Perfumes 360 Red is a no-brainer. It's well worth trying out, and it's well worth the 3rd place on this top 10 budget list. Perfumes 360 Red.
2,
My girlfriend really surprised me with her pick of the 2nd place on this list. This is Bogart Pour Homme, and this is in no way at all a fresh and summery scent like most of the others on this list. This is a manly man scent. If CK1 Shock is a nice, sweet, inviting tobacco-based scent, then this is a raw, masculine, almost a little dirty tobacco. It's really manly, but it's balanced with some sort of sherry note in it. I don't think sherry per se is listed as a note in this one, but whatever it is, it definitely have the vibe of sherry. So think of raw tobacco and sherry in a very nice blend together. This scent is in no way linear, because the different scent notes in this comes and goes throughout its lifetime. Sometimes you smell the cherry very strongly, sometimes you smell the tobacco very strongly, sometimes they mix together and create a beautiful blend. It performs really well, it smells really well. Unfortunately, I wouldn't recommend this for younger guys though. I think you have to be a bit secure in yourself and your masculinity to really pull this one off, because this is a real man's man scent and you will get noticed when wearing this. So I'm a little surprised at her choice, but I'm very glad she picked this at second place, and I think it's well deserved of a second place on this list. Bogart Pour Homme.
1.
And now, the winner is Azaro Chrome. This is the fragrance that my girlfriend picked on the first place on the top 10 best budget men's fragrances list. This is another fresh scent with a beautiful metallic note to it. I also like this scent a lot myself, and this is my go-to fragrance whenever I get out of the shower and just want to feel clean and fresh. This fragrance performs really well and you can use it on most occasions. It's really versatile, it's really well smelling, and it's really affordable. I wouldn't consider this as a perfect scent in any way, but it's a very good all-around fragrance. Summery, fresh, sporty, and it's a little original too because of that metallic note in it that is not very common in men's fragrances. I think my girlfriend picked a great number one fragrance for this list. And I would warmly recommend you to buy Azaro Chrome, the winner of the top 10 budget best men's fragrances list, picked by my girlfriend. Okay, that was the list. I hope you found some fragrances that sparked the interest in you to maybe try them or purchase them yourself. All of the fragrances on this list is truly well smelling and very affordable, and are well worth checking out. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to support me and at the same time be sure not to miss any future content on this channel, please click the subscribe button. Until we meet again, take care of yourselves.